I'm going to let's see. The question is, which one? There we go. All right. So for everyone who is here today or who might be watching this in the future, Hallo does not record teachers' live streams, not right now anyway. And so I am streaming this on my YouTube channel. So if you would like to, if you're not able to watch this whole thing, then you would be able to go view it on my YouTube channel in the future. Sometimes when I do live streams, I will actually stream them so that they are, recorded somewhere. So let me copy, and then I will paste this here, my YouTube channel. Right. And I'll pin that. Okay. So if you ever notice that I've had a live stream, but you missed it, you can always find it on my YouTube channel. I don't typically restream my classes there because I want to keep my classes housed here on Hallo, but live streams will be found there. And I don't know, maybe eventually I'll start making some of my own videos again of, things that people might find valuable in learning English. So we'll see. Let's see, is that Payas or Payas? You said I have a dazzling accent. Well, thank you. I actually try not to have an accent at all. I try for a very neutral American accent. So I guess you could say my American accent is dazzling. I'll take that. Okay, so you guys, if you saw my thumbnail, you saw that I'm talking about my overview of my summer classes. All right, so let's take a look at, hang on, let me find the one I want. Here we go. So this is going to be just a general overview. If you go to the Discover icon on your Hallo page, and then it'll come up here with class, any level, the price that you want, time. If you just type in under teacher April, currently I am the only teacher April on Hallo. So this is what you will find when you click on that. These are my classes that are currently available for you to, I started to say register, subscribe, that you can subscribe to. And these prices are, the American dollar. So this, like my children's book class is $2 a class. It already has 8 students in it. This basic grammar, which is talking about parts of speech, there are 4 students in that class currently. Themed vocabulary, where we learn new vocabulary based on a certain category or a theme. That one has 6. This joke book class, I have a couple of joke books that we're going to be reading jokes out of and talking about what does the joke mean? Why is this funny? So you're going to learn a lot of new vocabulary and also some words that might have multiple meanings. So this one will be fun, but also very just interesting because you're going to learn a lot of new stuff. And then the last one down here is called communication starters or conversation starters. So we're going to be reviewing how to start a conversation and how to keep it going. And that one is brand new. It will start on Tuesday. So be the first one to sign up. And you'll see some of these classes meet 2 days a week, and some of them just meet 1 day a week. Okay. So what I want to do is kind of go into detail a little bit about what each class, get a little more specific and answer any questions that you might have. And hopefully you'll see a class here that interests you or that you think would be beneficial. Or maybe you've seen me on Hallo before and you like the way I teach. Maybe you like my accent. These are all great reasons to subscribe to one of my classes. Awar, can I ask you a joke? You want to ask me a joke, Awar? Sure, go right ahead. Are you going to hop on and ask it, or are you going to type it in the chat? I mean, either one is fine. Eugene, do you know any good jokes?
Kind of daddy joke.
A dirty joke?
The daddy joke, not dirty.
Oh,
daddy joke.
A dad joke. Yeah, they don't say daddy joke. You say it's a dad joke. Yeah.
Daddy. Oh, dad joke.
Dad joke. Yeah. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. I used to know a lot of dad joke, but I forgot it.
All right, so Awar, what is yours? Why does an orange have a cover? I don't know. Why does an orange have a cover? Oh, the suspense is killing me. Are you going to tell us? Oh, to not get cold. What? Okay. Did you make that one up yourself? Because that's bad. That's not even a good joke, Awar. This is the one that my children love to tell right now. Let me see if I can type it out. What does the, oh gosh, am I spelling this right? Let me look. Yeah, I am. Okay. What does the Eiffel Tower and a tick like the little bug, have in common? Okay, so I typed it. What does the Eiffel Tower and a tick have in common? This one is a play on words, the way it sounds. Hello, El-Tayeb. Safir, hello, welcome. Okay, so here's our current joke. I pinned it. What does the Eiffel Tower and a tick have in common? Any guesses? What do you think, Eugene?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay, they are both. Okay, I'm just gonna parasites. They're both parasites. Watch if I type it this way. They are both parasites. Can you see the two difference? They are both. So a tick is a bug that will bite you and will, you are now the host. So a parasite is a bug that will feed off of you, off of your own blood, a human blood. And then the Eiffel Tower is in Paris. It's a site you can see in Paris. So parasites, they're both parasites. See, one is a parasite and the other one is a parasite. But when you say them as a sentence, they sound like the same word. So that's why it's funny. But you have to understand English and be able to hear that those words or phrases are very similar, and that's what makes the joke. Okay?
Okay.
So yeah, so that's something, those are the types of things we'll do in the joke class. All right, so here's what I want to do. We're going to jump into, like I said, a little more detail about each of the classes. So let's start with this one. This is my oldest running class. And happens to still be one of my favorites. In fact, Najat is in the chat, and she's one of my subscribers to this class. I just changed the thumbnail for it, and I'm realizing that it gets cut off. But that should say, let's read a children's book together. And so what we do in this class is I either share a site that has the book on it, or I've taken screenshots from each of the pages and put it in a presentation. So we take turns. My subscribers that choose to hop on will take turns reading a page or two. And then I will ask them, what do you notice in the picture? And sometimes we discover that children's books are wonderful for learning new vocabulary because the picture will help us give an image to the word. Okay. So, for example, maybe you don't know what a badger is, but in the picture, we can see an animal, and we can very easily make the association that that animal is a badger. Okay, so this is why I love using children's books to teach new vocabulary and to just, it gives you an opportunity to read and practice your pronunciation, but you also get some conversation practice because you have to kind of think and discuss, you know, live. Oh, so Najat has left us a comment that says, when I see Teacher April doing a live stream, I can't stop joining her classes. She is amazing. Najat has joined several of my classes. It's true, but we have a good time. So Safir is very tired, but doesn't want to miss out on what I have to share. Well, I'm glad you're here. Okay, so Eugene, would you like to read the description here where it says explore children's books, and then the paragraph where it starts during each session?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
Yes, I'm going to read. Explore children's books.
Mm-hmm.
During each session, we will read a children's book, describe the pictures, learn new vocabulary, and refine pronunciation.
Mm-hmm.
Students will be encouraged to participate in reading and group discussions.
Mm-hmm.
Class format: 1. Personal introduction and updates.
Mm-hmm.
2. Introduction of today's book. 3. Read each pages and discuss any pictures.
Mm-hmm.
4. Comprehension questions. 5. Retell the story in your own words. 6. Reflection time. Do you have a favorite children's books? If so, please share it with us, and I will add it to my list of books to use in class.
Yes, very nice. Very nice reading. So I will tell those of you who are watching, we always do, hello, welcome, the students that hop on, kind of tell me just what's going on, how they're doing. And then we jump right into talking about what the book is, describing the cover, what do we think the book's going to be about, and then we start reading. Sometimes I will ask comprehension questions as we go along, but I will be honest, we don't always make it to number 4, 5, or 6 because we spend so much time just talking about what we're reading as we're going along. But we do have a lot of fun. We learn lots of new things, and I think anyone would enjoy this class. Oh, bye, Najat. Okay, thank you for stopping by. All right. So that is the children's book class, and it does meet 2 days a week. It meets on Saturdays and Sundays. It starts at 9:30 my time. So I am in Central Time Zone. So let me type that. Let's see. Teacher April is in the Central, whoops, Central Time Zone. Okay. So we'll pin that. That way, as people join and are noticing the times on these classes, you'll know that you'll have to do the math to figure out exactly what time it would be where you are. And because this class meets twice a week for 8 classes, which is like basically 4 weeks, it's $16. So that's a great deal when you're wanting to practice reading, pronunciation, and conversation skills. So that's a great deal.
Teacher, I'm curious. If you don't mind, could you please explain me what is the Central Time Zone?
Central Time Zone. So in America, we have, let me see if I can remember which one. We have, what is it called in California? It's not mountain. It's, why can't I remember it? You guys help me out. What is the time zone where California is? I'm looking. What's it called? Pacific. Pacific. That's the Pacific. You might hear Pacific Standard Time, or you might just hear Pacific Time Zone. So when you think about the United States and you think about where, I really should get like a map where I can like show you guys. There's probably one up there. But if you think about like California being over here, this would be Pacific. And then you have the mountain time zone, which is where Utah is. That's where Hallo is based out of. And then the largest section in the middle is Central Time. And then you have Eastern Time over on the East Coast. So Central Time Zone is, right in the middle. And a lot of South America is also on Central Time because it's just directly south of where I live. So for example, right now where I am, it's about 5:30 p.m.
PM.
Yeah, so 5:30 Central Standard Time or Central Time Zone. And then if you look at your clock and you can see what time it is, then you know kind of what math you need to do. Okay. All right.
You are on Friday now.
Yes, it's Friday night for me. Friday evening.
Now.
Yep.
It is on Saturday morning.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you're ahead. You're hours ahead of me.
Oh, ahead of you. Yeah. Ahead of you. I see.
Because you count forward. So if you think about like somebody being in a line, like if this is your time zone and this is mine over here, then you're ahead of me. That you're, however many hours ahead of me.
I see. Oh, thanks for teaching me. Yeah.
Sure.
Thanks for.
All right. So, this is another class that I offer on the weekends, but this is an evening class for me. It's 9:00 p.m. in Central Standard Time. And this one is fairly new. I've only taught 2 of these so far. And it's a basic grammar. We're talking about what the parts of speech are. So Eugene, read us that description, if you will.
Yeah, sure. Basic grammar, parts of speech. Learn about the parts of speech. We will learn the basic of what each part of speech is. Read a book to learn more and practice using the parts of speech in sentences.
Mm-hmm. So, for example, the first part of speech that we did was we talked about what is a noun. Okay. And we learned that a noun is a person, animal, place, or thing. And then we read through a fun little cute book that talks about it was a rhyming book, and it's made to introduce children and expand their understanding of what a noun is. And so there were a lot of new words that are nouns that we learned because it was a book that was trying to be silly. And so some of the words that they chose to rhyme with others were not common. And so the students learned new nouns. We also talked about proper nouns as well as common nouns and what the difference is there. So we'll be going through things like verbs, adjectives, adverbs, what are, antonyms or synonyms. So we're going through part by part and just practicing identifying what they are. When you know what part of speech a word is, it can help you build a more detailed sentence. Once you understand these are like the building blocks of grammar to improve your grammar structure of your sentences and your communication. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see. All right, you guys are over here just chatting away. Thank you, Eugene, for popping in the chat there and answering some of the questions. I appreciate that. Hi, Christian. Welcome. Oh, my mic? Is my mic muted? Uh-oh. Is that better? Can you guys hear me now? Still can't hear me. How about now? No? Okay, here's what we're going to do. No?
Teacher, you're not audible now. You're not audible.
Wait, now I'm confused.
Can you hear my voice?
I can hear you, yeah. Can you hear me? No. Hang
Hello,
on.
Peter.
Okay, what about now? Still can't hear me? I unplugged them completely. It's not working. Okay, I'll try again. What about now? Yes? Okay, Eugene, you say something and let me see if I can hear you.
Oh, yes, teacher, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Okay. I don't know what that was about. But anyway, and I don't know what I was saying. But this class meets Saturday and Sunday as well. It's in the evening for me, 9 p.m. Central. And this one is for 4 weeks, which is 8 classes. This one is $18. So that ends up being I forget. It's like two. Hang on, let me look. $225 a class. This was $225 a class, so it ends up being 18. Okay. All right, here's the next class, and I've been doing this one for a little while too, and I enjoy this one as well. So I always tell students that the best way to learn new vocabulary, well, it's right there in the description. It says, what is the best way to learn new vocabulary? Learning new words in the context of a subject or category helps you associate or link the vocabulary to that setting or situation. So, for example, if you learn kitchen vocabulary altogether of what's in there, it's easier for you to associate those new words with the kitchen. Okay. So we've done categories like weather. We've talked about the weather and described it and learned some new words that are often used. Right now, we're on the theme of food. So we've been practicing not necessarily naming foods, but how to describe them. So you can see in here, it says we will practice themed words in a variety of exercises. So we put them into categories. We look to see if there's any verbs that are associated with that theme. Sometimes we will ask and answer questions. We might do a sequencing event where for example, if we are talking about food, maybe we're going to sequence how to make a sandwich. If there's any pronouns that we can practice with that theme. Spatial concepts are like where things are located. So things that go in the fridge or things that you put in your grocery cart. And then just general describing, talking about what does it do, what does it look like, what are the parts, have you had an experience with this new vocabulary word, and so we do a lot of describing, and so my recommendation is that you bring something to write on and start creating a vocabulary notebook for yourself. When you learn a new word, put it in there, write the definition, and then try and write like 3 sentences with that new word in it, just to give you some practice. And it will also help you remember exactly how that word is used. So, for example, we have done weather. I think we did one day of pets, and right now we're on food, and everyone seems to be enjoying that topic. So we've done that one for 2 classes now, and we'll probably do it again this coming Tuesday. So this is a Tuesday class. It is at 7 a.m. Central Time. It only meets once a week. So if you were to book a 4-week duration, then that's going to be a $10 class, because it is, I'm not a math person. I always have to go back and look. It is $2.50 a class. But so much good information in that class. Okay. All right, let me hop back over and see what questions. No questions? Awesome. All right. Well, let's see. What do we have next? I think we might be getting into some of the new ones. I think I've got 2 left to share. Yeah. Okay. So I kind of mentioned this one earlier. This is a joke book class. And so go ahead and read this one for me, Eugene. Read the description of joke books.
Yes, joke books. In this comedy class, we will use joke books to practice reading, conversation skills, and listening to and telling jokes help expand our vocabulary as we learn multiple meaning for words and phrases.
Phrases.
Phrases, yeah.
Mhm.
Come laugh with teacher April and your friends.
Yes. So, do you know what a phrase is?
Phrase,
Mhm.
phrase. It sounds be like a sentence or
Yeah. So,
mm,
a phrase is typically two or more words. So, a phrase could be the red balloon, could be a phrase. Um, Not now could be a phrase. Um, Anything that's like two or more words. And so, for example, the joke that we were telling earlier about, what do the Eiffel Tower and a tick have in common? So the phrase would be Paris sights, right? That's two words, but it's being compared to one word, parasite, right?
mm,
So, um, not only multiple meanings of words combined with phrases, but also sometimes words in general can have more than one meaning depending on the context. And sometimes jokes will rely on those types of words to make a joke, to try and make it funny. How many phrases do you speak a day? Oh goodness, who knows? um So one of the students says that a phrase doesn't include, a subject or a verb. Right. So it could contain one or the other, but it's typically not going to contain both, because if it contains both, then it would be considered a sentence.
mm.
Okay, so this one just seemed too fun to me, and so I went ahead and made it a 2-day a week class. This one is going to be a summer only class. When August comes, I will be canceling the class. We won't have any more sessions. So if you want to learn a few new jokes, then maybe this is a class you would enjoy participating in. Um, and it is going to be, this one is $2.25 a class. So if you were to book 4 weeks, that would be 8 classes for a total of $18. Okay. So this will be fun, and you'll learn a lot, because you have to understand vocabulary and you have to understand pronunciation in order to get the joke, to understand why it's a joke and what makes it a joke and why it's funny. Okay, so this is going to be it's going to be fun, but it's also going to be super educational. All right, and then the last one, I just came up with this one this week. So this is super, super new. Let me find it. Here it is. All right. This one is called communication starters or conversation starters. Okay. Eugene, will you read this description for us?
Yes, communication starters. In the class, students will practice a variety of questions and topics to start conversations. We will also practice skills needed to keep our conversation going, as well as how to join in on a conversation already in progress.
So I get this a lot. Students will say, oh, I feel so confident here on Hallo, but when I go to talk to someone in person, I freeze and I don't know what to say. So this is going to be a chance for students to practice, introducing themselves, or thinking of a question to ask someone they're meeting in order to start a conversation with them. But part of the skill of starting a conversation is, how do I keep it going after I ask that first question? And so this is going to be a chance to practice that. The subscribers will interact with each other. We'll practice the skills we learn, introducing ourselves or starting a conversation with someone else. And to be honest, conversations can be had in person, or they can be over text, right? So there's a lot of different skills that will be learned in this class. And this one is also going to be a summer only class, because it is 4:00 p.m. my time on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So when I go back to work, I won't be available during that time. So I don't know how many of you notice, but I have to, and I don't even think Teacher Ahmed knows this yet, but I stole his little picture as if we were the ones having this text conversation together. So if any of you know Teacher Ahmed, you can let him know, hey, Teacher April stole your photo and put it in her thumbnail for her new class. But I thought it was fun. Hi, how are you? He might say, I'm fine. How are you? And I'd say, I'm great. Today's class is going to be one you don't want to miss. Are you coming? And then maybe he likes it with a heart, like, of course, I wouldn't miss it. So that's just, my imagination of how a conversation might go between myself and Teacher Ahmed, or just another student that's wanting to take this class. So like I said, this will be a Tuesday and Thursday class. And this one is, let me check. This one is actually $2.75 a class, which means that when you book for 1 month or 4 weeks, you get 8 classes, and it's a total of $22. So that was just a tad bit more than some of my others, because it's going to allow students to practice in the moment and receive feedback from me of, starting a conversation and then, getting it to continue. So tips and tricks on how to do that will be offered, and would be very beneficial to anyone planning to have a conversation in English anytime soon. Okay. Let's see. I'm checking the chat here. Christian says, what makes you laugh till you cry? Christian, is that a joke, or are you asking me what makes me laugh? Eugene says, I have difficulty using English prepositions. Okay, so I'm guessing that you're referring to some of the things that we'll be learning in the grammar class. Frankly speaking, I learned by hearing a lot of English words. Very true. However, I don't know how to conjunct it with using. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, Eugene, that's definitely something that when we do the class on prepositions, that one might be helpful. Conjunctions are actually different than prepositions. And so if I have time, I may do a class on conjunctions as well. We'll just have to see how kind of the class progresses throughout the summer, to see how many parts of speech we're able to cover in the next 2 months. Okay. All right. So now you guys know all about my classes that I'm offering. So I want to kind of put that all together in one picture for you by showing you. Let me see if I can find it. Where did it go? Oh, here it is. So if you go to my profile picture, if you click on my profile picture and then click on my schedule, this is basically what you're going to see. Okay. And you can change the view. You can see it by week. You can see it by month, even by day. So this is starting next week, Sunday, June the 5th. All right. And remember, these are my times, the Central Standard Time. So the children's book class you can see is on Sundays and then also Saturdays. That's a morning class for me. It might be evening for some of you. The vocabulary class meets pretty much right before the joke book class on Tuesdays. And then we have a second session of joke books on the Thursdays. These are all in the morning times for me. All these little yellow ones or orange ones that say not booked, not booked are all one-on-one classes that I have open that you can just select, book it, and I will be available to do a one-on-one class with you. And currently my one-on-one classes, I have them listed at $8 for 30 minutes, which is, I dropped the price. I did have it at 10, but I've dropped it to 8 for the summer since I'm going to have more flexibility. And just because there's not a whole bunch of them, you can see all these blank white spaces. So in general, I might be available in a time that works better for you. So you can always request a time that you would like to do a one-on-one class with me. And, like I said, if it works with my schedule, then I'll accept that and we can, get started right away. And that can be, I can pick the topic. You can pick the topic. I'm always thrilled to work on specific sounds and pronunciation with my students. That's my favorite thing to do. So keep that in mind. If you're struggling to pronounce a certain sound, a certain word, maybe certain vowel sounds, a one-on-one class with me is your best opportunity to really refine that and make it what you want it to be. And then the communication class is at 4 my time on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then the grammar class is in the evening for me on Sunday and Saturday. This is really late for me, guys. I'll be honest with you. So, but I tried to create classes at different times throughout the week in hopes that all the Hallo users can find at least one class that I offer that works with their schedule, because I know we have so many different time zones on Hallo, right? And so hopefully you can find something that will work for you, or that you can kind of connect with as far as the topic goes. And I'm hoping too to do some more consistent live streams throughout the summer. I kind of have in mind of doing it about 4 o'clock, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So that would be the same time that normally I would be doing, let's see, I can't remember which class it is. It was the conversation starters class. That class is on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I'm probably going to try and go live at that same time on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And what I had in mind, and I got this idea from a student, is to do like a phoneme a day. And so I would do a short live stream on, this is one sound from the American alphabet, or the American phonemic alphabet, and explain it, give you some examples, let some people hop on and practice it with me. So keep an eye out for that, because if the phoneme I'm talking about that day, if that's one you struggle with, you could hop on for $2 and we could work on it. But that's going to be a little unpredictable. I'm going to try and go live, but I can't always promise that I'll be there. If you want to make sure that you have a secure time to work on a sound with me, then make sure that you book a one-on-one, or try and catch me in an Insta class. So anytime I'm available, I'll have Insta class, my little switch on, so that when you look at teachers, you'll be able to see that, oh, Teacher April is available for an Insta class. In fact, I'll show you real quick what that looks like. So you guys know that when you open your Hallo app, the first thing that's going to pop up, is your option of, like, how do you want to learn today? And if you want to do an Insta class, then you have two options. So see how that one is red right there? That says teachers. And that shows you, that's just going to go out to all the teachers that are available if you place that call. If you click on it and you make the little arrow or little carrot thing point down, then you can see all of the teachers pop up individually. So you could choose the one that you want to do an Insta class with. So I'll show you, like, I'll click it again, they'll go away. So that's just going to put a call out to everyone. If you click it, it's going to let you choose, and you can choose what teacher you want to call on Insta class. And then you guys probably all know about the Insta match. That's going to be with a student. Whoops. Nope, I don't need to start an Insta class. Insta match is going to be with students, and you can choose if you want it to be text or voice to practice with another student. And that option is for free. And that's the one that they're getting ready to add new languages in. So that's going to be fun. I think that they're hoping to roll that out mid-June. So that one is coming. All right. So let me double check all my little things that I opened to make sure I shared everything that I wanted to. Yep, that's all. Okay, so any last minute questions before I wrap up this live stream? You can, Eugene, if you have any questions, or if anybody has questions, you can put them in the comments in the chat.
Do you have any plan making class of a preposition?
Making a class for what?
Preposition. How to use preposition?
Prepositions. Well, I will have a session in the grammar class that will cover prepositions. Let me see if I was thinking, let me look on my phone, because I think that one of them, I need to go in and add it. So we do have the option to now label each session of what the topic will be. And so I'll put that on my to-do list. So when you go to my grammar class, when I get it done, you'll be able to see next to the dates which topic, which part of speech we're going to be talking about in that class. So maybe just kind of keep checking and see when I schedule the preposition class for. Okay.
Okay, I will check it.
Okay, perfect. Mr. Yassine, 8 languages will be added, I guess. Right. You know what? I wasn't on the call. I don't know how many languages are being added. I just know that there's quite a few, and they're starting with certain ones, and then they're going to be adding, they'll continue to add more as they have success with the initial languages. The only ones I remember are French and Spanish. I know that there are others, but those are the only 2 that I remember specifically. All right. Any other questions?
No, teacher, I have no question.
Okay. All right. Well, Eugene, I'm so glad that you hopped on and you got to help me kind of tell everyone what my classes are about and what I'm going to be able to offer everyone this summer. So, let's see. Oh, someone's wanting to know the YouTube channel again. Let me come back up here and let me find it, and I'll pin that one. Yeah, so if any of you came in halfway through this live stream, and this is being restreamed on my YouTube channel so that you can go back and rewatch and see exactly what I'm offering this summer and descriptions of each of the classes. So that will be very helpful, I think, for some of you who want to know what does Teacher April have, or I see Teacher April's offering this class. What in the world is that? So if you go watch this video on YouTube, then you will completely understand what's being offered. All right, let's see. Yes, Teacher April or Hey Teacher April would be the name of my channel. Yep. Okay. Well, guys, it has been fun. I'm glad I was able to share this with you, and I hope to see lots of you in my classes soon. So those of you that are starting your day, I hope you have a wonderful. Those of you that are ending your day, have a good evening. And I'll see you guys sometime soon. And hello. Bye.
It's like
All right. That we finished up that stream, and I hope that was helpful.